Hello, welcome to version 1.1, entering data from the list directly into t-intervals or t-test. We begin from the main screen or main menu by choosing Explore Data. Of course, this is where we go to enter our data into the list. You see I've taken the liberty of entering some data into the list already. Once I've entered my data into the list, to run a t-interval, I would select Statistical Intervals. And for this particular session, let's start with one sample t-interval. And in the past, I would have had to enter all these statistics manually. However, now, if I click on the menu button, you'll notice there is a new option, Input from List. Once I click on Input from List, it will ask me which list I want to use. I'm going to start with list 1. I click OK, and you see it fills in the numbers for me automatically. The only thing left for me to do is to decide on a confidence level. Let's pick a 95% confidence level, so I enter 0.95. I click Calculate. I see the point estimate's 4. The interval estimate goes from 1.4595 to 6.5405. Of course, if I want to see the graph, I just click Graph, and the graph is displayed, showing me the particular function I'm performing, the one sample t-interval, the point estimate, and the confidence interval, along with the graphical display showing the same values and the point estimate. Let's not stop here. Let's go back and run a two-sample t-interval. And so I'm going to go back to the list here and choose two-sample t-interval. And now there would be a lot of statistics to enter. However, once again, if I click on the menu button and choose Input from List, it asks me which list I want to use for sample 1 and which list I choose to use for sample 2. So let me pick list 2 for sample 1, and let me choose list 3 for sample 2. I click on OK. You see it fills in everything once again except for the confidence level. I must enter the confidence level. Again, let's choose a 95% confidence level. Let's click Calculate. Alright, let's click Graph. And here's the display of the two-sample t-interval. Of course, the tests work exactly the same way. And so I'm going to go back to the main menu. From the menu options, there is a main menu that brings me back here, so I can go directly into Test. And to run the t-test, I choose one sample t-test. Once again, instead of entering these parameters manually, I just click on Menu. I choose Input from List. I choose the particular list I wish to use. I click OK. It fills everything in for me except for the null hypothesis. I don't know what that may be since we just made up the problem, but let's just say it's 6. And let's go ahead and calculate. And you can see that you can get everything preloaded for you by going to the menu and choosing Input from List. So this ends the session on inputting data directly from the list into the t-intervals or t-test.